the other games of the season. Usually 5 or 6 of you guys sitting here waiting for me to talk. It looks like we got a lot of people in here tonight. You know, I wish you'd all show up more often to cover our team, unless you're covering the Gators. But real good win, real good win. They're real good. I was watching them on film, and I had no idea how we were going to score, none. And I was hoping we can affect them with our defense and create some open court opportunities, but we guarded them, but we just could never get into the open court. And, you know, but we fought and fought and fought, battled foul trouble. Both teams were in foul trouble. It was such an aggressive game. But really, really proud of our guys. You know, our young guys made some mistake, but they also played with a lot of courage. And in the end of the day, the 3 seniors, Dwayne, Justin, and Darius, they just led us through the game. They were rock solid with their emotions. They were rock solid with not getting wrapped up on a good or a bad play. And then coming down the stretch, PJ and Sin just kind of made the plays to score to help us win.
Franco, with that final play, PJ's layup, just was that the design in the huddle? Did you just say one of you two guys take it and create?
Yeah, we're trying to kind of shorten the game a little bit there, and then we're trying to run some action where we run Dwayne off screens and then run Sendarius off a screen right behind them because we had a smaller lineup in the game, and we wanted to play in what we try to do with our 4-out stuff. But PJ, give him credit. I spent the whole game asking him to drive the ball. He wouldn't drive it, and give him credit. He drove it a couple possessions earlier where he got fouled, went to the line, made his free throws, and then with the game on the line, 2-point game, you know, he saw crack, and they were kind of sitting on the play, and he saw his man kind of relax, and he went. And the spacing was good. The floor was what we call lifted. That means people were above the foul line, so there's no shot blockers at the rim, and he made a great play, and you know, and then defensively we were rock solid to close out the game.
Frank, at the end of that first half, it looked like Florida was kind of settling in. Hill was getting to the rim almost every time. What changed at the start of that second half that allowed you guys to kind of dig in and take control?
Yeah, we didn't want their 3-point shooting to kick in. You know, Stone, Barry, you know, just, you know, some of the guys, Leon, that was something that was an issue for them last year, and they've addressed that, and they're much better shooting threes, and we didn't want that to happen. But give Casey Hill, that's seniors. He felt it, he saw it, and he attacked us off the dribble. And our ball screen defense was not great today. We fought, but we were not great with our coverage. And obviously we've gotten a lot better there, but our bigs did not do a good job in ball screen defense today. There were some missed coverages, missed rotations, miscommunications. But here's something else. All this is kind of new to our guys, you know. And what do I mean by new? You know, our young kids, they're used to saying whatever our coverage is, and everyone hears them. Now we're creating an atmosphere at home where you better have some lungs to make sure that if people can hear me in the upper deck, they need to call the coverage the same way. They've got to find some lungs and be assertive with how they communicate. But that's Casey being a senior. He's having a real good senior year, and he came at us. And then we gave them some open court opportunities, and they're too good in the open court. You can't. Once they get going in the open court, you can't stop them.
Do you think this win tonight changes the perception of your team nationally in any way?
You know, John, I told you last week, the national guys think we're good. It's the other people that don't want to believe in what we're doing. The national guys wear my phone out. They wear my phone out, and they didn't wear my phone out 2 years ago. They wore my phone out for 5 years at the other school. Now all of a sudden they're on my phone again, and they know we're good. They know we're good. That's why we're ranked. That's, you know, but we can't worry about all that stuff. You know, I got to worry about getting our guys to play that hard every day, and we got to play better offense. And I got to worry that now we've got 18,000 friends to make sure that we have a responsibility factor that we don't ever let them down. They're coming to help us now. Now we can't let them down. We got to go out there and take care of business.
Just playing off that, Coach, you spoke about how much the crowd has grown over the years. What difference did they make as you guys came down to the wire at the end?
Yeah, our students answered the bell. You know, I said it, I don't remember. I say so much stuff I don't remember. I'm getting old. But I said something a couple days ago that we need our students there early and loud and to go absolutely bonkers. They did. They were there early, they were loud, and they never disengaged from the game. They didn't wait. Heck, if they would have waited for us to go on a 7-0 run, like my quote, they probably would have gone home and gone to bed. I don't think we had a 7-0 run the whole game. But, heck, we didn't score the first 7 minutes of the game. But the crowd was great. You know, students bring life into your building. And then you know, people my age kind of get excited because we play hard and it's two high-level teams going at it, and the students are going nuts. And obviously, when they're standing up, the people who sit behind them get mad, but now it makes them stand up too. So now you end up with a real good atmosphere.
I believe you had 8 turnovers a little over midway through the first half. You only had 7 the rest of the way. How nice was that to see? I know that's been a big focus.
Yeah, I thought we were too passive offensively in the first half. It started with the turnovers. We had some real pass. Florida, if you watch your team, their point guards are not small, but I guess Chio's a little smaller, but Casey's 6'2", 6'3", but everyone else is in that 6'7" to 6'9" range. And they're long and athletic, and they switch, and it puts unbelievable pressure on your players making the right reads. And what they hope is that you get passive and you settle for jump shots. And that's what we did. We settled for jump shots in the first half. We got very passive. We were passive with our turnovers, and then we were passive with our decision-making with the ball. All I did at halftime was challenge the players to run offense, attack the paint. Run offense, attack the paint. That's all we spoke about out at halftime. Chris Silva continues to move forward as a player. You know, PJ spent the whole game, like I just said, challenging him to drive the ball. And you know what? With the game on the line, he did, and he made winning plays for us. That's his next step as a player now. You know, he's taken unbelievable steps as a point guard. He understands how to play now. It's not just, hey, I got the ball and I'm a good player. Now he understands how to play defensively. His confidence in shooting the basketball. I know he missed shots today, but he's shooting them. He wouldn't shoot them last year. Now his next step is being able to, when he sees creases, attack off the dribble. He's so big. He gets in those cracks against smaller guards. They can't stop him but foul. That's his next step as a player now, and he works at it. He cares. And, you know, Sindarius, what can I say? You know, just they asked me before the game, use a word to describe the guy. I said winner. There's not a better word that comes up than that for me when speaking about him.
I know you mentioned the offensive things that you want to improve on, but given the way this game went, it was a grind type of game, a mutter, if you will. Is this the kind of game that you like?
You know, Kevin, you asked the question, so you got to deal with my answer. I'm really tired of people thinking that we want to play slow motion basketball. We don't give you easy passes, easy shots. If you want me, we'll play less aggressive, and then we'll let teams score more baskets. You know, offensively, you count how many possessions in this game? Have you counted how many possessions? There's some teams that control the score with their offense. They walk it up, they run the shot clock to 2 seconds, they shoot. So everyone says, well, they're holding people to 50 points per game. What great defensive team. And in reality, they play slow motion basketball. Count the possessions. That tells you how fast. This game was fast today. It's too high. You watch NBA? What happens in the playoffs? Why? Because they don't play a different team every 2 days. It's two teams that know each other in a series. So all of a sudden, nobody gets anything easy. That's conference play. That's how conference play's played. Now, we have a personality with our defense. I'm never going to change. I'm not into letting people get, excuse bad English, but letting them get whatever they want to get. I'm not going to let you pass the ball. I'm not going to give you an easy dribble. I don't like that. It's not my personality, and you know what? Ask our players, and they don't want you to do it either. Offensively, we play fast. When you shoot 29% from the field, that doesn't make you a slow-motion team. That makes you a team that missed shots. For us to win this kind of game shooting 29%, and we shot, how many free throws? 34, and took 51 field goal attempts, that's not a slow game. That's just conference basketball against an NCAA team. See, our people here don't, and I don't like speaking like this because then it kind of, everyone immediately wants to spin and say I'm taking a shot at previous coaches. We haven't played in NCAA games around here in a long, long time. So there's not a feel for what an NCAA caliber game is. I'm starting to forget it's been so long for me. That's an NCAA kind of game. That's how you got to play to be able to win a game in the NCAA tournament. Hopefully we shoot better than 29%. Sorry for the long answer.
Frank, I know you have a lot of respect for kind of the history and tradition of Florida basketball. To be the coach and the team that breaks your streak, I think it was 850 games with a three-pointer, kind of means what?
That we were consistent today with what I think, do we still lead the country in three-point field goal percentage? We were consistent today with what we've done well all year. We've taken the three-point shot away from people, and a big reason for that has been our on-ball defense, the growth of our players, and then our bigs. Our bigs are better defensively in ball screens, and so we're doing a better job of keeping the ball in front of us. It's, to be able to do that against a team that's real good, it goes back to those kids. That's why I was telling Kevin, it goes back to those kids. If I were to walk in and tell them, hey, we're going to start playing kind of a lot more relaxed because people are mad that we're making the game ugly defensively, they'll quit on me. They'll quit on me because they don't want anyone to get anything easy. Winning for us has not been an easy process. I'm proud of those guys. We're only 5 games in. There's 13 more to play. But you know what? I'm going to bed tonight. I'll be depressed here in about an hour when I turn on the Kentucky film. But eventually, I'm going to put my head on the pillow and know that I've got a group of fighters in that locker room that take unbelievable pride in wearing that uniform.
Coach, as you're describing that was like a tourney game. What's the emotions you're feeling in the moment, seeing the crowd going nuts like that, just inside, and what's it feel like afterwards, knowing that this pieces of this puzzle are coming together now?
Yeah, I usually don't get wrapped up in the moment of a game because I don't know how much attention you guys are paying, but there's a lot of big decisions that have to be made in those last 6 minutes there. And my job is to make the next decision. And I've got to make the right one because, if I make one bad decision, we lose. And, I have to try and make every decision right coming down the stretch. But I got to tell you, there was a segment there where we got a defensive stop, and they tried to back cut us, and the ball went out of bounds. It was late in the game, and the crowd was going bonkers. And I said to myself, wow. We pride ourselves in our defense. Game on the line. We got to stop. The crowd's bonkers. I looked around. I was like, this is starting to get fun in here, but that lasted like 2 seconds. Then I had to make sure we ran the right inbounds play, and Chris didn't know who he was doing, and I said, okay, let's get back to normal here. And but no, it's fun. It's fun. The other way's not fun, and fans don't understand. They can get mad at me, and if we lose a game or whatever. When fans don't come to what you're building, it deflates your players. Your players practice every single day. When I say your players, I'm not about our Gamecock players. They practice every single day. When they come out of that tunnel and there's empty seats, it's a deflating feeling. Because when we go on the road, we don't play in front of empty seats. Well, that's what used to happen a couple years ago. That's changing. And no surprise, it started last year, and it's kind of carried into this year, that we're really, really fighting and protecting our home court right now. We're done? Thank you.